rather than get into some massive and endless debate about not so much global warming. I think there's pretty broad agreement on global warming. The debate is about how much do humans contribute to it. And I think the majority, if not overwhelming, opinion of scientists, the reading I've been able to do, is that humans do contribute to it. There are some that say that it's exaggerated. I think you get beyond the whole debate by saying the things that have to be done for global warming are largely the same that have to be done for a cleaner, healthier environment, and overlap somewhat, not completely, with what needs to be done for energy independence. So we sort of got a pretty close to a triple header here, 2.5 header, let's call it. So what are the things that are consistent with both? Ethanol, expanding ethanol, kind of using Brazil as a model, and say about Brazil on a much more minor level, the kind of thing we were talking about, getting a person on the move first. Brazil is ahead of America in the use of ethanol. Brazil's a great country, but much smaller economy, much smaller scientific community. Why would they be ahead of us? Because we haven't done what we should do. So we've got to expand ethanol. We have to look at how much further can we push wind and solar power. And the big issue for both of them, I think, is can you store the power? They are effective. You put up a lot of windmills. They are effective in giving you power when the wind is blowing. When the wind isn't blowing, it's a little tough. So you've got to be able to store that power. There's research being done and development being done to try to create that. We should support that. We should push it. We should not just support it. We should be pushing it every day, making sure everything is done about that. And nuclear. Nuclear is the first four that I mentioned have significant impacts on reducing emissions and both dealing with pollution and global warming. France is more than a majority nuclear power now. China's building 40 nuclear power plants, new ones. We just did a deal with India for them to build nuclear power. What are they thinking about? What they're thinking about is they want and need energy independence as they have hundreds of millions of people emerging into the middle class, and they want to see if they can reduce their contribution to global warming or carbon emissions or pollution. So we should be thinking about that too. Nuclear power is dangerous, so are all forms of power, but it has to be done in a safe way, and we haven't lost anybody to nuclear power. Clean coal. Clean coal is one of those half solutions that would reduce the contribution. So we've got to look at carbon sequestration, methods for cleaning coal. We have within the United States the reserves that are equivalent to all the reserves of Saudi Arabia for oil with coal. And every one of the methods that I just mentioned to you is available to us, meaning it's within the United States. You don't have to go buy ethanol from the Middle East. You don't have to go buy nuclear power from Venezuela. You don't have to go. So it gives us energy independence, which is also enormously important. I'll make one other point about energy independence. Energy independence can help us deal with global warming. It can help us deal with pollution. It is vital to our national security in the war that we're going to have going on for, I think, probably the next decade, maybe more. Hope not. It's also another reason why energy independence as a massive undertaking of the private sector of the government will be so valuable. It's another industry for us. If we think correctly about global economics, and this is what I'm real big on, and very much agree with, you just don't keep your head down and play defense. Protectionism and all this other stuff. You get your head up and you play offense. You go take a look at China and you go take a look at India. What's going to happen there over the next 10 to 15 to 20 years? This massive consumer market is going to be there. That's going to grow exponentially. Well, how does America benefit by that? America benefits by that if America invents things to sell them. And what better thing to sell them at massive amounts of money and great profit for Americans and a great benefit to them for the things they're going to sell us that can keep our consumer costs lower. What better thing than energy independence? China needs a solution to energy independence. India needs a solution to energy independence. Everybody, the European Union needs a solution to energy independence. If we're ahead of everybody else as we got ahead in the race for space, just think of all that, what that will do for our economy. Now we have a whole new set of products that we have invented and taken to tremendous conclusions, that nobody else has, to sell to these vastly expanding markets. That's what America is about. That's an America of growth. Not an America sitting there thinking of how many more tariffs we can impose. So we shrink our economy and yours.